one note about notation, and I find that one of the biggest problems that students, especially students in algebra, have is that you don't yet know all of the gazillion different ways we can ask you to do the same thing in mathematics, and you don't understand the notation yet, and it looks like I'm directing you to build a bird bath with toothpicks or something. It just makes no sense. So we're talking a little bit about what a ratio is, and a ratio is comparing two numbers to each other. The ratio, so here I give an example. The ratio of teachers to students is 1 to 77. I am one teacher, I have 77 students, I believe. I haven't actually checked. But that was the last time I took a look at my, my student roster. So here's a few different ways of writing that ratio. First of all, I can say the ratio of teachers to students is 1 to 77. That means that there is one teacher, because that comes first, and 77 students, because that comes second. I can also write it like this. Anybody know what that punctuation symbol is? What is that? It's a colon. You use it when you're telling time, too. I am not saying that it is 1:77 in the afternoon, right? That would be a funny time. This also means 1 to 77. And I can write it as a fraction. So again, this means 1 to 77. The important thing is that I have to keep it in the same order it was given to me in. If teachers came first, then I have to make sure that the number of teachers always comes first when I write the ratio. This is really important. If students came first instead, how would I write the ratio? If I had said the ratio of students to teachers, 77 to 1. So it's really important in math, just like in English, we read from left to right. And it is very important that you read everything from left to right. I cannot stress to you how important this is, as you'll see when we talk about some weird order of operation things. All right, so those are your notes. Make sure that you're taking them. You have options. I think a student is possibly videoing or audio recording. Are you? Is it a video? Can you email it to me? And I'll put it on the website. Okay, great. Oh, and I wanted to talk about information I need in your journals. I don't think I was clear enough in my own head about how I wanted you to use your journals, and so I think I confused you. Basically, I am, remember our ratio, one teacher with 77 students. I think 45 of those students are Algebra 1 students. And I do not have time to watch all of those fabulous Khan Academy videos myself. I just don't have that kind of time. So one of the things, that I need you to do in the journal is to write down the video that you watch and whether it was useful or horrible or really good. Some information about it, because then I can take some of those videos off the list. For instance, if it's about third grade math, I can just take it off the list and let you guys know that right up front. Or if it's really, really good, I can suggest that everybody watch it. So I just don't have time to review them all myself. So you're basically reviewing those videos for me so that I can make a better class list. And it's really useful for me when you do that. So when you watch a video, please write it down in your journal and give me some information about it. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. My son takes Taekwondo and he always does that when I give him a direction. Yes, ma'am. Somebody thought it was so cute. So you make your son fall you down. As long as you learn that in Taekwondo, and I'm just going with it. All right, remember that your homework is due on Friday and that it is incredibly helpful to all of us as a class if you do your homework on time and complete all the problems. Otherwise, you leave your friends hanging because they come to you and ask for help on the day that I send people out to ask for help and you can't help them. All right, so how many of you worked on your miles per gallon project? I'm going to try that question again. How many of you worked on your miles per gallon project that I think I gave you time to work on in class, maybe 15 minutes the other day? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You chose to work on your worksheet instead?
Yeah.
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 This is my ratio right now. This is the ratio of students who have completed this to students who have not. All right, so the thing that I wanted to do today, we actually can't do unless you have done this work for me. I was hoping that more, in my other class, more people had done it on their own at home. So when you choose to do some of your work here in class, that means that you're choosing to do the rest of it at home. It doesn't mean that the work has gone away necessarily. And we needed it by today, and that may have been unclear since some of the worksheets aren't due till Friday. So I'm going to give you time in class, but some of you had information that you specifically needed at home to finish it, which is why I think you chose to work on it at home. So we had, you needed to know the make and model of your car, you needed to know what type of gas it took, you needed to know the year of your car. Do people have access to that information right now?
No,
A few of you do.
I have a white car.
Not helpful, but cute. Okay, so, interesting. Okay, so what I need you to do right now is get the computers, but not just yet, because that's noisy. You're going to, and I'll put this up on the board so you have a list of the directions. You're going to make a list of the information that you need to ask your family. You need to have this completed by Friday so that we can move on and do this project together. All right, so you need to know you need to have all of that first section filled out. So you need to make yourself a list or a note of what you need to ask your family about your car so you can do this part by Friday. And then with the rest of your time, you're going to, I think, go over the ratio videos on Khan Academy and help me out with reviewing them. So I'll put those two things on the board. All right, questions about what you're doing for the rest of class? Do not choose to work on the worksheet today because I need everybody to do this miles per gallon activity. Justin and Raven, that has you kind of be in charge of making sure the computers are.